Hey friends, it's Lisa. Welcome and thank you for watching another one of my videos. So today I am all about my candle empties that I have accumulated for the month of February, the month of March, and one candle that I have finished in April so far. Milo is right next to me. He is my often heard, seldom seen co-host, so he might chime in with some of his thoughts and opinions, but we're gonna get into it. So these candles are actually in no particular order. Like I said, they are a mixture of candles that I've burned in February, March, and one that was in April. This first candle that I am taking a look at was actually gifted to us, and it is from CVS according to the sticker on the bottom, and it said, "Give thanks and be grateful." This is a 14-ounce candle that, according to the sticker on the bottom, retailed for $9.99. It is a 4-wick candle that had white wax, and it is the scent Cinnamon Mold Cider. And actually it was quite nice. I know it's a little bit out of season to burn something that is so clearly a Thanksgiving candle, but it was actually very refreshing and I enjoyed it. And like I said, it burned pretty cleanly. This would be something that would be really nice to clean out the wax and potentially save this glass as like a little dish to bring out when decorating for fall/Thanksgiving. This candle that I'm about to show is actually the candle that I finished in April so far, and it is a Yankee Candle Juicy Citrus and Sea Salt 2-wick tumbler. This is a 22-ounce candle, and as you can see, it, you know, there wasn't any sooting, but it did have a lot of like wax residue from each time that I burned it. I liked this candle. This is actually a candle that I had in my collection from whenever I bought it. The thing is that it smells really nice on cold, but at least in this environment, it was a weak burner. I guess I should say, like, it kind of just struggled, and I'm guessing that's why there's the wax rings. I mean, it pulled out and everything, but it never had crazy wicks. So I guess, like, in a weird way, this was like the perfect candle. It never had like crazy wicks. I actually never had to trim this candle, which is insane, because usually I always trim my candles before each burn. Never had to do it with this candle. It just was a very weak smelling candle though, and I don't know if it's this particular scent or just this was a dud in terms of scent throw or what. But I mean, it's got that citrus that I'm a fool for citrus. Like, I love citrus. I realize this now. Like, I love anything that is citrus related because I just love that clean, fresh scent that it brings. But yeah, I just don't know if this particular candle was the best representation of this scent. This next candle I had in my collection for a while, and I know I broke it out in February, so it's been sitting in my candle empties pile since then. And it's this Kringle Candle of comfy sweater. I always want to just naturally say cozy sweater, but comfy sweater. I love this scent from Kringle. Oh my god, it is so good. Obviously, to keep this candle video semi-short, I don't want to go into the scent notes or the breakdowns, but I will try to leave information if I can in the description notes down below if you're interested. But this one is just like, I will just say this one is like a pure 100% comfort candle for me. It's just like a warm, cozy, comfy sweater, I guess. I don't know. It's amazing. I love it. And the thing about this is that even though it is a small candle, it is a 4.5-ounce candle. It packed a punch. The throw was great. The room, I guess this is considered like open concept. There's a living room, dining room, kitchen, minimal walls. I just felt like this candle, even though it was a small candle, really filled the space and I enjoyed it. And I'm sad that it is gone. So these next 3 candles that I am going to talk about are part of the Goose Creek candle purchase that I made in January. And I will link that video somewhere up here. I don't know. But I purchased 4 candles from Goose Creek, and that was my first candle purchase in over a year. I did not purchase a single candle in 2020, which for me that was a huge step, because I'm a little candle obsessed, and I had been candle obsessed for a while, and I dropped some serious money on candles before, and I was like, no girl, you need to make a life change. You need to like refresh your priorities. And it had nothing to do with COVID. It just happened to be something that prior to 2020 I kind of decided I was gonna try, and I reached my goal. And then in this January, I'm like, I'm gonna buy candles. So I only made 1 purchase of candles so far, so I feel like that's pretty good. The first I will talk about is this cotton candy candle. Oh, I feel bad because I gave this candle a really hard time when I smelled it on cold, because I love Yankee Candle's cotton candy candle, and that is like my ultimate favorite. And so like when I smelled this on cold, I was like, ugh. But I have to say, this was actually a pretty amazing candle, and I was very happy with it. I mean, obviously there is a ton of sooting on this candle, and I tried, guys. I tried to watch it. I burned it. I blew it out when it pulled out. I trimmed the wick before every burn, but no matter what, and I am thinking I even tried to like wash it throughout the life of the candle burn. But I mean, the one thing I will say that I've figured out as a common theme with these Goose Creek candles is the amount of soot that it creates. And it's not my favorite. I hate that. I hate a sooty candle. But this was so nice. And then even when I finished it, I put it on the candle crock. So that's why you see the wicks kind of moved a little bit. Actually, did I put this one in the candle crock? I actually think I didn't. No, I might have. I don't know. It's been a while. But yeah, I wouldn't burn it now because the candle wicks have shifted. But it was just so nice. It was sweet, it was sugary, but it wasn't headache inducing. It was everything that I wanted. So I actually would recommend this candle if you like cotton candy scents. If you are a fan of Yankee Candle's cotton candy and you're looking for something, Goose Creek, this candle, yes. So the next Goose Creek candle I want to talk about is this banana pudding candle. So this was actually a very decisive candle here in my house. I thought it smelled like banana. My boyfriend thought it smelled like buttered popcorn. And he just couldn't get over how much of buttered popcorn it smelled like. And we couldn't, like I couldn't smell the buttered popcorn and he couldn't smell the banana. But anyway, I ended up putting this on my candle crock. Yes, it took a long time to warm up and melt. But what was starting to happen with this particular candle and the next one that I'm going to talk about is that when it was burning, it kind of had that Bath and Body Works candle effect where in the beginning it smelled like I feel like it should. But the more that I would burn it, it started to take this burnt quality to it that I did not care for. And so obviously I wanted to get the most that I could out of this candle. So I ended up putting it on my candle crock because I feel like when you warm the wax, you do get a different experience than when you burn wax. Sometimes it's equal. It's like a good experience either way. Sometimes for me, burning wax, the quality of scent or like the scent that I'm looking for isn't as true to when I melt it. So I put it on the candle crock. I had it going for a couple days. I liked it. I felt like it was very true to the scent that it was when I first started burning it. So I don't know if I would recommend this particular candle. I think it smells very good on cold, but like I said, when it started to soot and when it started to burn a little longer, I just felt like the scent changed and I didn't care for it. This next candle is Perfect Day. It is also a Goose Creek candle, and it kind of went through the same thing where I started burning this candle and all of a sudden I just didn't like how it smelled. Like the scent that it was producing was not my favorite thing. So yes, I made a choice very early on in this candle's life to put it in the candle crock. And it took a while. It took a couple hours for it to melt completely. And I just left it on my candle crock for a couple days. If you don't know what a candle crock is, mine's over there and it's all plugged in and set up. But basically think of like a slow cooker or crock pot for food, except it is for a candle, and you just can put your candle in and it basically generates heat from all sides except for the top. That's a little bit different than a candle plate, where the candle plate, you are just sitting the candle on the candle plate, or a candle lamp where the light is shining above and the light bulb heat is generating the heat, which will melt it from the top. But the candle crock, I feel like, is your best opportunity to get like a faster melt. And yeah, I liked this candle so much better when it was warming on the candle crock than it was burning. And I had it going for days. I was like, I'm gonna get that money's worth. So yeah, both perfect day and banana pudding on cold I liked from Goose Creek. I liked them when I was warming them better than burning, so I would not buy those in candle form again, but would potentially think about buying it in candle wax form in the future. So next up, I have 2 Centerpiece melt cups from Yankee. I recently, a month ago or so, bought the new collection that they had out. It was, I think it was called The Last Resort, and I will post the video up here that I put up. But I basically bought all 5 scents of the collection. I believe it was 5. I couldn't buy them in small candle form. I couldn't buy them in any other form because they weren't all available. But at the time, I was able to buy them all in milk cup form. They were all on the website. And so I finished Moonlight Cove and, or excuse me, Moonlit Cove and Beach Escape. Now, if you don't know, Yankee has their own, I guess it would be considered proprietary system called the Centerpiece system. But basically they have these warmers and they fit these cups, and so they sell their scents in these cups. They're 2.2 ounces, and you just take the lid off, you put it in, and it melts it. And then when you want to change it, you just switch out the cups. But basically it is their way of doing like wax melts, but it's cleaner. Like they have their tart system already that you would use with tea lights, but the melt cup system is like their way to do like an easy, no mess way to get scent. These cups, typically they say about 24 hours of scent. I'm like, you know what? I paid money for it. It's like $5 a cup. I have them on for way more than a total time of 24 hours. I don't keep them on 24 hours at a time, but like I definitely warm them for more than 24 hours, and I use these in my bedroom. So Moonlight Cove, same as my initial review video, I love this scent. Smelled so good. I wore this for a very long time. Beach Escape, I hate. I just want to make sure. Yep, I hate it. I think there's jasmine, or there's I think it's jasmine. There's a very polarizing scent note that I just can't handle. At least in like when it's like the main scent of the candle. If it's like in the background, I might be able to, but not this. So this one I pretty much only had on for like a couple hours, and then I was like, I don't want it anymore. So I still have a couple of them that I'm working through, but yeah, I definitely am done with these 2. So I have 2 wax melt clamshells that I am finished with, and they're from 2 different places, and they've been in my collection for a very long time, so I'm like pretty proud of myself that they're finished. This first one is from Ashland, which you can get at Michael's craft stores. This is vanilla macaron, and this one, it was just, I don't know, this is like a very safe scent. I like it. Sometimes with vanilla, I get headaches now. Like I used to not, and I know a friend of mine can't even handle vanilla. But vanilla for me, I have to watch out for. But this one's very nice, and I know a lot of people in the wax community will use this as a mixer. I haven't used this as a mixer this time. I just kind of just put it in. But I finished this. And the other one that I finished is from Scentsy, and it is this, you can't even read this. I mean, starfruit and pear nectar, but I have had this for a while. Ugh, I love it. I love starfruit. It's like a weird random thing to just love the scent of, but I love it. I really like this one. I have nothing bad to say about either of these two wax melts. I'm sad that they're gone, but I am happy that I am slowly working through my wax melt collection. These last two candles that I want to talk about were gifted to us. One was gifted at Christmas, another one was gifted for Valentine's Day. And I feel really bad because it is a local company. Oh, I don't feel bad that it's a local company. Let me back up. So it is a local company to where I live. They apparently have an Etsy shop. They're like, unfortunately, the sticker of the company was on one of the boxes, which I threw out when I started burning the candle, and I just looked at the bottom of each candle and it doesn't say, but it was like homegrown something. I don't know. You'll see what I mean in a second. But basically they are these pie candles, and so I feel really bad because I want to give them a shout out of a company, but I don't remember what they are. And I looked on Etsy, and I think there's just like a lot of companies that are kind of making this type of candle, and they didn't have a name. Like, I would know it when I see it. I don't know. But these are pie candles. So this was a pecan pie, and this is a cherry pie. And when they looked gorgeous, they were stunning. I mean, you can kind of see the non-burnt parts, what it would have looked like. They looked gorgeous. They smelled gorgeous, amazing on cold. They're not the type of candles, honestly, that should be burned. When I started burning them, it was really like no scent. I mean, it like kills me that there's so much wax left over on each candle. It breaks my heart. It's killing me. As a candle enthusiast, like, I just see wax and I cry. But yeah, they were gifted, which was very generous, by a family member. They're just not meant to be burned, and that is one of my candle pet peeves in life. It's kind of like decorative soaps in a bathroom when someone puts, you know, seashell. This is like a very real situation from my life. Like, there's a basket full of little seashell soaps, and I'm being told, like, you can't use them to wash your hands, and I'm like, but they're soap on a bathroom sink. I don't understand the logic. To me, I don't understand candles that are not really intended to be burned, or really like more for show and not for scent. Like, I want that scent. I don't care if a candle is ugly, but if it smells amazing, it throws well, that's all that matters to me. But if it's like all image, no substance, get out of here. And that's what I feel like these candles were. But I'm excited that I got to try them, and now I can get rid of them because they're taking up less space. So that's it, guys. Those are my candle empties from February, March, and one candle in April. I have another candle behind the camera that is burning. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it in April, but you probably will see it maybe in May or June empties. Who knows? If you liked this video or found any of the information helpful, please think about giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. And until next time, guys, I hope you all stay well. Bye.